Without a wall, 100 damage. What's up, guys? MainManSWE here, hoping you're all doing awesome as always, and welcome to the Season 4 breakdown of a trash heap that is Gigas. Well, ask and ye shall receive. We have finally been blessed by the gods. Well, the Tekken devs. We have buffs for Gigas. Oh, how we've waited. They've buffed him just a little bit incrementally with every season, but never anything substantial. But honestly, this time we have quality buffs, and I can't wait to go through them with you all. I consider Gigas a low-tier hero. He's very dear to my heart. I love the struggle and challenge of playing him. And it should be noted that, yeah, uber bottom tier together with Lars and Eddie. You know, you could argue this. But it's worth mentioning he did have some tournament success, especially in Korea and some of it in Pakistan. And mostly due to, you know, having a very long-range jab, long-range down forward 1, forward 2 is interesting. His down 2 is a very long-range 15-frame launcher. You know, 1, 2, amazing 10-frame punish, down back 2. Quality low, you know, these very basic strong attacks that a really strong player can do great things with. But now we're talking elite players, and what also played in is the fact that you never saw Gigas, so even the best players in the world were like, ooh, what? Who's this? It's a bit like with Rangshu's Kuma. Unbelievable player, but did it play in that, you know, people were not used to seeing Kuma in tournaments? It played in a little bit, and Gigas had that effect as well, one of the absolute least played characters. So he did have some success, but again in very competent hands. I can't think of a worse character to play if you're like in beginner and intermediate ranks, due to you being very sluggish, bad movement, very bad sidestep, combined with a huge hitbox where everything will connect on you. The biggest wall combos in the game basically only work on Gigas, and you have no panic buttons, nothing to get out of jail for free except for this power crush here that's very hard to use. And yeah, you're extremely sluggish. Your attacks are very slow. So my god, it was so easy to get bullied playing as Gigas. But let's go through the buffs, and we really have some good stuff here. But first things first, let's start the breakdown by looking at his new attack, which is from Golem. Low kick into high punch. It's almost like I've seen this before. Oh wait, his new attack from Season 3. They are pretty much identical, it's just that the limbs are reversed. And it's almost like we're gonna do the same thing, because the old down back 3-2 from Season 3 basically opened up new combo opportunities, and that's basically exactly the utility of a new string, which gives us, yeah, just way more combo possibilities. And it's a great change because he's always had really poor combos, like decent damage, but the wall travel was just abysmal compared to your average character. So that's nice, but honestly, come like Season 5, if there ever is a Season 5, I just expect him to give him another variation of this string, basically. But it's kind of interesting to have a low as well from Golem. But again, like, yeah, not a natural combo, only on counter it. And if you do score the counter it, it only knocks down 36 damage. I just don't see you doing this string in the neutral a lot, considering how risky it is. I mean, the time between the first hit and the second hit, it's a really long time. So they'll just duck you and launch you. But in combos, where you will be using this a lot, it is, you know, it's a gift from the heavens. It's really nice. I really like it. And then another huge buff is back 1+2. You know, our super chunky 30 damage mid. Eesh! Quite slow at 25 frames, but a very nice +4 on block. Can now transition into Golem by hitting 3+4. And suddenly you have +6. Meaning Golem 1, obviously, that launches, boom, is uninterruptible. Really nice. And combine that with the new low, you can really do some interesting stuff here. I'm gonna have a lot of fun with that when I play Gigas next, which should be very soon. It's worth mentioning that down forward 4-1+2 can also transition into Golem. However, not as good frames as you can see. +3. If you do back 1+2 alone, you get the +6. So really good. Also, a huge buff. Back 1+2 is now a counter hit launcher. 36 damage. Yes, this +4. That can go into Golem. Same thing. Down forward 4-1+2. Counter hit launcher. Does 36 damage on its own. Yes. Without a wall, I did not need a wall to get 100 damage from a +4 on block mid. Where we will want to now go into Golem. So, if I just see that this counter hits, and I'm going into Golem either way, you know, to set up my mix-ups, you'll note the counter hit, press 1, and then do this combo. That's not very difficult. And again, without a wall, 100 damage. Yeah, if you're not gonna call that a buff, I don't know what you'd call it. Yeah, you probably understand this is a really big deal for Gigas. Gigas. Now, next up we have 1-2, his 10-frame punish, arguably the best 10-frame punish in the game. You know, you have Lee with his Acid Rain, you have Akuma, obviously. But yeah, this is really good due to the range. It now does, the second hit does 28, used to do 24. So this used to do 31 damage in total, now does 35. Oh, 31 to 35. It's a really big deal, in my opinion. And then Goliath 1 now does 25, used to do 20. If you walk many steps, it now does 40 instead of 35. So that's again more incentive to use the Goliath mix-ups. They've kept buffing them every season. So I'm very happy to see that. It's a very fun gimmick he has, you know. Then down back 2 has gone from 20 damage to 23. That is quite the damage increase on his key low. On counter hit now, 27, and with the most damaging follow-up, a total of 55 damage. Really nice. His forward 1+2. Very fast counter hit tool, comes out at 13 frames, always gives you a nice +6 on normal hit, but we always like this for the counter hit property, 64 damage, and if a wall is nearby, wall splat. This now, we used to give up our turn completely, it would leave us at -9 right next to them. It now has a little bit more pushback on block, and it's -5. So we don't give up our turn quite as much. So this is a really nice buff for him, I think. And now, something that's very interesting is that we've given all of his throws more range. He has long arms. All of the throws have more range. This is a really big deal. And when you're as large as he is and you have all of these cool throws, you want him to be a strong grappler. So instead of giving him a new command throw, we've just given him more range on the throws. So it's a really interesting buff, you know, and he has very long arms. That should be his identity, you know. You have a very long range jab, you have a long down forward 1. Makes sense that, you know, he should reach quite far when he tries to grab you. So that's really nice. Standing 4 is +4 on hit instead of +2. That's nice, but you know, it's still -9 on block, leaves you right next to them. Upward 3 has a lower hitbox, should help in combos quite a lot. And lying down 2, so this option here, where he swipes their legs from lying down, it has more pushback now on hit. And on block as well, I think. So that's a buff. But then we actually have some nerfs as well. The down 1+2, very long range wall bounce, which is super fun to use due to its range, -13. It has less tracking now. It used to track quite a bit to the side, so it doesn't anymore. But oh well, you know, it's still a good fun move. and then it has a lower hitbox. So it will clip annoying characters quite a bit more now that go into low stances or crush a lot. That's nice. And down forward 1+2, 1+2. The last hit now does 17 instead of 20. So that's basically, you know, his combo, post-bound combo ender. But last hit where he used to do 20, now it does 17. And it's just to counteract the new, you know, ridiculous combos he has. They had to nerf that, you know, otherwise the damage would just be too high. You know, even with that nerf, you see that damage. So yeah, I hope you these were all of the changes, and I hope you see now that Gigas is not now suddenly, you know, a big force to be reckoned with. He's just more viable, more interesting, and honestly, he's fine. Definitely fine. And I can't wait to use all of these mix-ups and all of these combos and stress back 1+2, buffed forward 1+2, and try to get really good at using his Zangief parry in the down 3+4. But I'm really happy for Gigas, and it's not like I wanted to see like astronomical mega buffs. I don't want Gigas to be top tier. I just wanted him to be slightly more viable and fun, and longer reach on throws, back 1+2, into Golem mix-ups, the new low from Golem. All of this is just going to make him more fun and open up more mind games. So this is awesome. And I hope those of you really like Gigas see this as a step in the right direction as well. So thank you all for listening to me, and have a nice day, as always.